Good morning, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. Today I am participating in Bean Bonanza, which is being put on by Mary Ellen at Prepper Potpourri. And this is a great collab. It's going to teach you all different recipes or show you different recipes and how to use your dry beans. And we buy these beans and we put them in our pantry, and then what do? Now, I do can a lot of mine so they're ready to use, but for soups and different recipes, they work great from dry. So today what I'm doing, and I'm using local beans from our local co-op, growing right around me. Michigan produces a large percentage of dry beans for the country. So, and the thumb of Michigan and the Central Valley, if I can get this right, this area here produces most of the beans in Michigan. Today I am making a navy bean salad, and it's a recipe from the Bavarian Inn restaurant in Frankenmuth. One of my favorite places to go. As a child, we would always go there before the town was as big as it is now. If you look up Frankenmuth, Michigan, it's a big destination for tourism. And there's two main restaurants there that have been there since the start. There's the Bavarian Inn, which is German themed, and Zender's, which is Southern themed. They're actually run by two different brothers is how they were started. And they share a lot of the same facilities, like down below they're connected. But my family always went to Bavarian Inn, and your meals are served family style. And the first course you get a variety of salads, like a cranberry salad and a chicken salad, and depends on the time of year, but they always have a navy bean salad. And I've always loved it. So that is what I'm going to make for you today, Michigan navy bean salad. The recipe is from Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And it's just a nice, light, refreshing salad that goes with everything and is very healthy. It has lots of protein. Beans are good for you, and the recipe uses dry beans. So I have last night I rinsed my beans, picked through, there was no stones, but you always want to check. And I put them on to soak overnight. So they're still very hard. So I'm gonna drain them, rinse them, and put them on a pot in the stove to cook for about an hour and a half. I do not want these mushy for a salad. I just want them fork tender. And once they're cooked, I will drain them and put them in the refrigerator to chill. So come along, let's make Bavarian Inn navy bean salad for Bean Bonanza. So I drained these, rinsed them, and put them in this pot with fresh water, and I'm going to let them simmer until they're tender, about an hour, hour and a half. I don't add any salt or anything at this point, just the water. And I'll bring you back. The beans are done. I have drained them. I can squish them. They're not mushy, but they're soft, if that makes sense. Almost creamy tasting. I'm gonna put these in the fridge to get cold so we can make the salad. Okay, it is the next day. I let these chill overnight. It was too late in the day, we had other things going on. So I'm gonna make the salad and have it tonight and tomorrow for my lunch. So here's all the navy beans. But now it's time to add all of our ingredients. And I have onions, I have pimento, I have celery, 1.5 cups celery, and green pepper. And the dressing is 1/2 cup of sugar. It is 1/2 cup of vinegar. I am going to use apple cider vinegar. Half a cup of any brand of Italian dressing, it says. And let me shake it up and let me get Missy out of the way. I got veggies and I didn't put the gate up, or Jim didn't. We'll blame it on Jim. 1/2 cup. What I like about this salad is you can make it and it can stay in the fridge for, you know, several days. So then we need to add our seasonings. And it calls for 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. Half a teaspoon of garlic salt. Quarter teaspoon of paprika. Let's take the little thingy off. Just plain paprika, not smoked or Hungarian. And then it calls for 3/4 of a cup. Oh my gosh, that would be bad. 3/4 of a teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning. I cannot. And it calls for their brand, actually. I can't get this lid off, so we're going to do it this way. So I'm using Dano's. Theirs does have salt in it, so there was 1. And we'll eyeball. Wait a minute. That was enough. That was enough. And then salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. So I am going to blend this up with just a whisk. After you mix this up, you're supposed to let it sit for 4 hours in the fridge for all the flavors to meld and for the beans to soak up all the seasonings. So I'm going to pour this in. Then add the rest of the ingredients. Half a cup of diced onion. I used Vidalia. A cup and a quarter of celery. Half a cup of green pepper. And a 1/4 cup of pimientos, chopped and drained. And now we're going to mix this up. This is all there is to it. It is very simple. It's a basic salad, but the flavors are also good when they mix together. And you can add, you can buy the Bavarian Inn all-purpose seasoning on their website if you really want to try theirs. So I'm going to cover this up and put it in the fridge for a while. Probably not 4 hours because it's too late for that. And come back and taste it. Actually, I'm going to taste a little bit now to see if I can tell if it has enough seasoning. It does. It's sweet and tangy. I always look forward to this so much when we go there. So to be able to make it at home is great. I have another recipe from there. It is their liver pate. And my mom got it. And she asked if she could have the recipe because they would get it. And they said, oh yeah, sure. And they brought it to her. Well, then when they got the bill, she was charged like $10 for this recipe. This is back in the 80s. So, man, she shares that recipe with everyone. Time to serve it up. There it is. It hasn't been 4 hours. The flavor is still great. So I hope you enjoy this recipe for bean bonanza. And thank you, Mary Ellen, Prepper Potpourri, for inviting me. And make sure to watch Monday through Friday for a new video every day using dry beans. And enjoy. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you next time at Bite Creek Farm.